जय 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 हे।
Honorable Chairman of the Legislative Council, Honorable Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, Honorable Chief Minister, esteemed members of the Council of Ministers, respected members of the Legislative Council and Legislative Assembly, and the hard-working and peace-loving people of Telangana. It is with immense pride and unwavering commitment that I stand before this esteemed House today. This budget session is a moment of reflection, reaffirmation, and a commitment to ensuring that every citizen of Telangana has the opportunity to dream, to grow, and to prosper. Telangana is not just progressing, it is transforming. The vision of an inclusive, self-reliant, and empowered Telangana is being realized with bold reforms, people-centric governance, and decisive leadership. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. These words of Mahatma Gandhi remind us that governance is not just about administration. It is about serving the people, transforming lives, and building a future of dignity, prosperity, and justice for all. My government has set an unwavering course of development, ensuring that the voices of farmers, youth, women, workers, and entrepreneurs shape policies and decisions. I am confident that in this budget session too, my government will strengthen the foundations for sustained growth, the pillars of social justice, and accelerate Telangana's journey towards a future of limitless possibilities. My government envisions a Telangana where inclusive development, innovation, and sustainable progress go hand in hand by embracing technological advancements, strengthening social welfare, and fostering economic opportunities for all. We are committed to shaping a future that is both prosperous and equitable for every citizen of our state. As we move forward, our vision for Telangana is one of shared growth, technological advancement, and equitable progress. A model state that stands as a beacon of development and prosperity. Honoring Telangana's identity and legacy. Telangana is not just a geographical entity. It is an emotion, a symbol of struggle, resilience, and unyielding determination. Our culture is deeply rooted in history and tradition, but our vision is forward-looking and progressive. Recognizing the contributions of Telangana's greatest voices, the government is planning to honor literary and cultural legends like Gaddar, Guda, Anjaya, Bandi, Yadadgiri, and others. This is not just a recognition of their talent, it is a tribute to the voices that echoed the aspirations of our people. The adoption of Jaya Jaya He Telangana Janani Jaya Ketanam as the state song is a celebration of the past. Song is a celebration of the past, present, and future of Telangana. The Telangana song not only honors the struggles and sacrifices that led to the formation of the state, but also instills hope and inspiration for the future. The song envisions a Telangana that is progressive, prosperous, and inclusive, reminding every citizen of their role in shaping a brighter tomorrow. It is a call to unity, resilience, and emotional and cultural bond among the people. The official adoption of the Telangana Talli statue further reinforces the state's unique identity and inclusive spirit. Unlike traditional representation, this statue is a reflection of every individual who belongs to Telangana, cutting across caste, class, and regional lines. It symbolizes self-respect, empowerment, and aspirations of a dynamic and forward-looking society. Placed at the heart of our public consciousness stand as a testament to Telangana's journey, achievements, and its limitless potential for the future. These efforts celebrate and uphold the rich cultural heritage of Telangana, fostering a deep connection with our traditions while embracing progress. This cultural revival not only strengthens our shared identity, but also unites our people in the spirit of collective growth and harmony. Agriculture, the foundation of Telangana's economy. Telangana's farmers are the soul of the state. Their sweat and toil feed our people, sustain our economy, and uphold our tradition. It is the government's moral duty to support, uplift, and empower them. Telangana has emerged as the highest paddy producer in the country, with a record of 260 lakh metric tons of production. This is a testament of the resilience and dedication of our farmers, and this government stands shoulder to shoulder with them. To ensure financial security, my government has implemented a rupees 2 lakh crop loan waiver benefiting 25.35 lakh farmers, amounting to 20,616.89 crore. This is not assistance. It is a justice and a reflection of the time-bound implementation of the commitments of my government. Further, under the Raitu Bharosa scheme, direct financial assistance has been enhanced to rupees 12,000 per acre per year, allowing farmers to invest in modern techniques, better seeds, and improved irrigation. In an unprecedented move, the government has support to landless agricultural labourers under the Indira Atmiya Bharosa scheme, providing 12,000 per annum to families who work tirelessly in the fields. A total of 566 Raitu Vedikas have been established, equipped with state-of-the-art audiovisual media. The Raitu Nestam initiative is now fully operational in all 532 rural mandals, providing a dynamic platform for farmers, scientists, and administrators to engage in structured video conferencing. This initiative facilitates seamless knowledge sharing, fosters collaboration, and significantly contributes to agricultural advancement and rural empowerment. A bonus of rupees 500 per quintal for Sanakaram paddy, amounting to 1,206.44 crore, has been released to farmers to ensure fair pricing and income security for farmers who produce the varieties of paddy that our people consume. As a major step towards centering the agricultural sector, my government has established the Telangana Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Commission. This commission will serve as a dedicated body to address farmer concerns, develop sustainable policies, and ensure that Telangana's agricultural sector remains resilient and future ready. By integrating scientific research, modern technology, and farmer-centric initiatives, this commission will play a pivotal role in securing long-term prosperity for our farmers. Through persistent and strategic efforts, my government has effectively presented its stance before the Krishna Water Tribunal to ensuring the protection of Telangana's rightful share of Krishna River water. My government's decisive action underscores our commitment to safeguarding the state's interest and securing its water resources for future generations. My government's unwavering commitment to agriculture will continue through sustained investments in irrigation, scientific advancements, and market linkages, ensuring that Telangana's farmers not only survive but thrive. Empowering women, the strength of Telangana. No society can claim progress unless its women are empowered, protected, and given equal opportunities. Telangana recognizes the transformative power of women, and my government is committed to breaking barriers and unlocking new opportunities. The Mahalakshmi scheme has been a game changer, providing 149.63 crore free bus trips for women, saving them 5005.95 crore in travel costs. This initiative is not just about mobility. It is about freedom, dignity, and financial empowerment. Through the recently approved Indira Mahila Shakti Mission policy, the government is creating 1 crore women entrepreneurs with 1 lakh crore financial assistance target. Women-led self-help groups, SSGs, have been entrusted with managing Mahila Shakti canteens, school uniform production, and skill training programs. Additionally, my government is implementing measures like the Gruha Jyoti scheme, providing free electricity for families, consuming up to 200 units, benefiting 50 lakh poor families. Further, government has subsidized LPG cylinders with rupees 500, benefiting 43 lakh families, and 433.2 crore subsidy has been given under the scheme to ease the financial burden of poor households. In a landmark initiative, Telangana has allocated 1,000 megawatt solar power project exclusively for women-led SSGs, making them key players in the renewable energy sector. Women are not just beneficiaries of development, they are the drivers of progress. Telangana is leading by example, ensuring that every woman has access to education, employment, financial security, personal freedom. I commend wholeheartedly the efforts of my government on women empowerment. Youth empowerment, my government is dedicated to empowering the youth through the establishment of Young India Skill University. By fostering innovation and providing top-tier training via advanced technology, ATCS, we are equipping young talent with globally competitive skills. This initiative highlights our commitment to building a skilled workforce that will drive the state's progress and prosperity. To support and encourage aspirants of civil service examinations, the state government has introduced the Rajiv Gandhi Civil Abhaya Hastam scheme. This initiative ensures that financial constraints do not hinder deserving candidates from pursuing higher education. Under this scheme, each civil services aspirant receives financial assistance of rupees 1 lakh, empowering them to achieve their ambitions and contribute to the nation's governance. Revitalizing employment opportunities for the youth remains a key priority of the government of Telangana. Over the past year, more than 55,000 young men and women have secured government jobs through a transparent and merit-based recruitment process. Unprecedented achievement. My government will continue to work with the Telangana Public Service Commission to fulfill this commitment to fair, expeditious, and efficient recruitment practices. The Telangana government is committed to elevating the state's status as a global leader in sports, to nurture world-class athletes. A bill has been passed to establish the Young India Physical Education and Sports University. Additionally, a comprehensive sports policy is being introduced to develop a sustainable sports ecosystem, ensuring holistic support for athletes at all levels. Government has successfully conducted CM's Cup 2024 to recognize talent from grassroots to state level. The events covered 36 disciplines and saw the participation of 2.96 lakh athletes, including 2,980 para-athletes. Government also successfully organized several international and national tournaments in football, hockey, basketball and chess in the last 1 year. Many of them for the first time ever in decades. Transforming education for an empowered Telangana. The government of Telangana remains steadfast in its commitment to education, prioritizing the well-being of marginalized communities. To support students in government hostels, diet charges have been increased by 40%. cosmetic charges by 200%, and the menu charges have been substantially raised to ensure nutritious meals. These measures aim to enhance students' health, their nutrition and academic success, fostering an environment where underprivileged youth can thrive. Promoting inclusive education is a key priority of my government. The launch of the integrated residential school scheme ensures that SC, ST, BC and minority students receive fully residential high-quality education. This initiative is designed to cultivate academic excellence and holistic development of offering equal opportunities for all. These programs reflect my government's deep commitment to social welfare and economic support for every citizen. Further strengthening our education system, my government has established the Telangana Education Commission. This commission will act as a guiding force in shaping policies that enhance quality education, skill development, and research opportunities across the state. By fostering innovation and ensuring equitable access to educational resources, the Telangana Education Commission will play a transformative role in empowering future generations and driving the state's progress. In a visionary step towards enhancing public education, my government has launched the Amma Adarsha Pathshala initiative. This groundbreaking program harnesses the potential of women's self-help groups to play a crucial role in executing, monitoring and maintaining school infrastructure. These groups are working tirelessly to strengthen school facilities, constructing toilets for girls, ensuring clean drinking water, and maintaining sanitation in school premises. Additionally, they facilitate the delivery of key student entitlements, including midday meals and stitched uniforms, ensuring dignity and well-being for every child. This initiative is not just about infrastructure, it is about community-led transformation in education, empowering women, and creating a safe, inclusive, and enriching learning for the environment of all students in Telangana. My government believes that healthcare is not a privilege. My government believes that healthcare is not a privilege. It is a fundamental right. This government is committed to ensuring that no citizen is denied access to quality medical care regardless of their financial status. The coverage under Arogyasri scheme has been significantly expanded from rupees 5 lakhs to covering 10 lakh per family, providing comprehensive tertiary medical care to the people of Telangana. 163 new medical procedures have been added under Arogyasri, addressing crucial illnesses, surgeries and specialized treatments, ensuring that no citizen has to bear the burden of expensive medical bills alone. Investment in modern healthcare infrastructure has brought hospitals closer to people. Even in remote areas, this government vision is clear: a Telangana where every individual, regardless of economic background, receives timely and affordable health care. Social justice is not an afterthought. It is the foundation of Telangana development model. My government believes in the principle of equity, dignity and inclusion, ensuring that every citizen has equal access to opportunity and prosperity. My government has embarked on a bold and transformative journey by conducting a comprehensive socio-economic, education, employment, political and caste survey across the state. This groundbreaking initiative is a crucial step towards building an equitable and inclusive society. By generating precise data that will shape policies tailored to uplift marginalized communities, this extensive data gathering exercise has created a robust foundation for evidence-based policy making, enforcing our commitment to equity, transparency and governance, driven by accurate insights. It underscores the government's unwavering commitment to eliminating political disparities, fostering social and political mobility, and ensuring holistic development for every citizen. A society can only progress when governance is rooted in accurate data and an objective understanding of social realities. The survey has been conducted with utmost transparency, scientific methodology, and rigorous verification processes to ensure every community is fairly represented. In a landmark move towards social justice, the government of Telangana has proposed a bill to provide legislative backing for 42% reservation for backward classes, BCs, based on finding of this recently conducted survey. This proposal aims to correct historical underrepresentation by ensuring fair access to education, employment, and governance of BC communities. The initiative stands as a testament to the government's commitment to equity and inclusive growth, ensuring that policies are shaped by real demographic data. Additionally, the government is set to introduce a bill for the subcategorization of scheduled castes based on the recommendations of the Justice Shamim Akhtar Commission. This proposed legislation aims to ensure a more just and balanced distribution of reservation benefits among SC communities, prioritizing the most marginalized sections. By addressing internal disparities within SC reservations, this initiative reforms Telangana's leadership in progressive policy making and its dedication to uplifting the most disadvantaged groups. Recognizing the enduring importance of justice, the social and social equity, the government has also declared February 4th, the day on which this August House has discussed and resolved on the above two initiatives as Telangana Social Justice Day. This annual observance is a testament to the state's firm resolve to uphold inclusivity, fairness, and equal opportunities for all. It serves as a reminder of our collective duty to work towards a future where every citizen, irrespective of background, has access to growth, dignity, and prosperity. Special initiatives like the Katamaya Lakshana Kavacham for toddy tappers and Telangana Chanetha Abhaya Hastam for handloom workers have been strengthened, ensuring that traditional labor communities receive the recognition and security they deserve. My government is implementing landmark policies for SC/ST and minority communities, providing financial aid for housing, education, employment, and social security. Telangana's vision is a future where prosperity is shared, opportunities are equal, and no community is left behind. Telangana is emerging as a leading destination for industrial growth and service sector expansion, driven by a business-friendly environment and progressive policies. The government is committed to strengthening infrastructure, streamlining regulatory processes, and fostering innovation to attract global investments. Special focus is being placed on micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, by providing tailored support, access to advanced technology, and financial assistance. Additionally, dedicated industrial parks are being established for pharmaceuticals, electronics, IT, renewable energy, and food processing, ensuring robust sectoral development. The World Economic Forum participation at Davos has reinforced Telangana's position as a key investment hub, with significant commitments from international players, further boosting and the economic prosperity. The Telangana Rising delegation led by our Chief Minister, Revanth Reddy, concluded by securing 1,78,950 crore in investment and generating 49,500 jobs. Key sectors like data centers, green energy, food processing, electric vehicles, and defense manufacturing saw major investments and resonated strongly with global investors. This initiative has clearly demonstrated that Telangana means business. Recognizing the vital role of MSMEs in economic growth and employment generation, the government of Telangana is committed to fostering a strong ecosystem for small businesses. Tailored financial assistance, technology upgrades, and market linkages are being provided to ensure their sustainable growth. A new MSME policy has been unveiled to support entrepreneurs, enhance competitiveness, and facilitate access to domestic and international markets. Telangana continues to lead the country in IT and electronics, innovation driven by world-class infrastructure and a dynamic workforce. The state is expanding IT hubs beyond Hyderabad, ensuring balanced regional growth. Dedicated IT parks are being developed to attract global players, with Hyderabad cementing its status as the AI and data center capital of India. To strengthen the textile industry and uplift powerloom workers, the government has established a 50 crore yarn depot in Vemulavada, Ranjana Sirsila district, furthering its commitment to women's empowerment. The Indira Mahila Shakti scheme provides 2 saris annually to 64.70 lakh women registered in self-help groups, enhancing their economic independence and dignity. Telangana, with its rich cultural heritage, diverse landscapes, and historic landmarks, has immense potential to emerge as a premier tourism destination. Recognizing this, my government has formulated the first ever Telangana tourism promotion policy, aimed at enhancing infrastructure, developing unexplored tourist circuits, and promoting ecotourism, heritage tourism, and adventure tourism. This policy will provide a structured roadmap to attract both domestic and international tourists, creating new economic opportunities and generating employment in the sector. Under this initiative, my government will focus on revitalizing historic monuments, improving tourist amenities, and leveraging digital innovations to enhance visitor experiences. Special emphasis will be placed on developing temple tourism, tribal tourism, wellness tourism, offering visitors a unique blend of spirituality, history, and natural beauty. By partnering with private stakeholders and encouraging community-led tourism initiatives, we will ensure that Telangana becomes a vibrant and sustainable tourism hub that benefits both visitors and local community. Telangana is committed to leading in sustainable energy, ensuring a greener, self-sufficient future. The Clean and Green Energy Policy 2025, announced by my government, sets a roadmap for expanding solar, wind, and energy storage over the next decade, prioritizing energy security, affordability, and sustainability. With abundant solar and wind energy potential, Telangana is making strategic investments in renewables, pumped storage, hydropower, and green hydrogen to meet future energy demands. The state is also working to establish 6,000 EV charging stations by 2029-30 to support clean mobility. This policy will enhance energy security, attract investments, and generate jobs, positioning Telangana as a national leader in clean energy and climate action. In a landmark move to streamline land administration and ensure land security for all citizens, my government has introduced the Bhu Bharati Act. This transformative legislation is designed to mitigate land disputes, enhance transparency in land records, and protect rightful ownership. By leveraging modern technology and digital mapping, the Act will provide a robust legal framework to secure land rights and facilitate hassle-free transactions. In addition to land reform, my government has drawn up plans to reinstate the village revenue system, restoring the role of revenue officers at the grassroots level. This move strengthens rural governance, simplifies land-related services, and ensures timely resolution of land issues, reinforcing Telangana's commitment to accountable, inclusive, and citizen-centric governance. The Telangana Police Department remains committed to public safety, crime prevention, and modernization. As a part of this vision, the Honorable Chief Minister has laid the foundation stone for the Young India Police School in Rangareddy district, a world-class institution dedicated to providing quality education to the children of police personnel, fostering academic and professional growth. Recognizing the need for an efficient disaster response mechanism, my government has constituted the State Disaster Response Force, SDRF, by deploying 1,000 personnel from the Telangana Fire Department and 1,000 personnel from the Telangana Special Police Battalions. This specialized force ensures rapid and effective emergency response to safeguard lives and property during natural and man-made disasters. In a significant step towards proactive disaster management, the state government has signed an MOU with the National Disaster Management Authority, NDMA, to implement the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. This initiative focuses on minimizing disaster risk through preparedness, mitigation, and enhanced resilience, building measures to protect communities across Telangana. Telangana stands at the cusp of a transformative era, driven by a vision of inclusive growth, technological leadership, and sustainable government. My government is committed to fostering innovation, strengthening infrastructure, and empowering every citizen. The expansion of metro rail networks, the ambitious Musi River Rejuvenation Project, and the development of Future City are set to redefine urban living and economic potential. My government is planning to establish Future City Development Authority to actively promote and plan development of a world-class city that is not only sustainable but aspires to emerge as the net zero city in India. The Future City marks a transformative step in Telangana's urban and industrial growth, spanning 765 square kilometers across 56 villages in 7 mandals. Strategically located between Srisailam and Nagarjuna Sagar highways, this ambitious project integrates smart urban infrastructure, sustainable industrial development, and inclusive residential planning. Anchored by an AI city, pharma and manufacturing clusters, along with multimodal mobility and metro access, the Future City is designed to boost economic activity, create employment opportunities, and enhance quality of life. The Future City Development Authority will ensure seamless execution, making this initiative a model for next-generation urban development in India. By attracting global investments and establishing Telangana as a leader in renewable energy, artificial intelligence, and high-tech industries, we are paving the way for a future that balances progress with sustainability. The state's commitment to clean and green energy, coupled with strategic initiatives like the AI City and enhanced digital infrastructure, will ensure that Telangana emerges as a beacon of modernity and opportunity. As we move forward, our unwavering dedication to democracy, federalism, inclusive governance will be the cornerstone of a thriving Telangana, one that upholds the aspirations of its people and sets an example for the nation. Telangana stands at the threshold of an extraordinary transformation. The budget is not just about financial allocation. It is about shaping a stronger, more resilient Telangana. It is a roadmap for progress, a commitment to justice, and a promise to every citizen that their aspirations matter. The budget is not merely a set of numbers, but a reflection of the government's priorities and vision for the future. It is the financial blueprint. It is the financial blueprint that shapes our policies, programs, and welfare initiatives. Therefore, it is imperative that all members of the legislature participate in budget discussions with keen interest and unwavering attention. After all, as the saying goes, a well-debated budget today prevents financial headaches tomorrow. While the numbers may seem daunting at times, let us remember that behind every allocation lies the aspirations of our people. Let us approach the budget session with diligence and focus. The government of Telangana resolve, led by the young and dynamic Chief Minister Hemant Reddy, is unshakable. Every policy, every initiative, and every reform in this is aimed at creating opportunities, empowering people, and driving inclusive growth. The vision is clear, the direction is set, and the momentum is unstoppable. The Telangana of today is a state of possibilities, of growth, of empowerment. The Telangana of tomorrow will be even greater, a state that leads in economic development, agricultural strength, technological innovation, social justice, and human dignity. As Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action. This government believes in the dreams of its people, and through vision, determination, and action, we are turning these dreams into reality. Let us march forward together with unity, confidence, and unwavering commitment to build a Telangana that is a beacon of prosperity, equality, and progress. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Telangana.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
धन्यवाद श्री माने जी। श्री अल्फ्रेड आर्थर, श्री अल्फ्रेड आर्थर।
Honorable Chair, sir, thank you. This opportunity that my party has given me to participate on behalf of my state in the discussion for the budget of Manipur as well as the supplementary grants for 2024-25. At the outset, I would like to say when I first stepped into this hall of democracy, I swore an oath that I would bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as per law established. This is the same note that I used. Today I would like to point out to this august house that the state of Manipur has one law that is enshrined in this Constitution. One law, one article. This is Article 371C. I will read this out. Notwithstanding anything in this Constitution, the state of Manipur provide the President may by order made with respect to the state of Manipur provide for the constitution and functions of a committee of the Legislative Assembly of the state consisting of members of that state, assembly elected from the hill areas of that state, and for the modifications to be made in the rules of business of the government and in the rules of procedure of the Legislative Assembly of the state, and for any special responsibility of the governor in order to secure the proper functioning of such committee. That is the constitutional provision, sir. As per that, on the 20th of June, 1972, a presidential proclamation by none other than the president of this nation, President V.V. Giri, issued a notification. This notification is very clear, sir. Again, there are many paragraphs, many schedules. Out of that, I would like to quote what is relevant to the budget. Before any 5-year plans or annual plans of the state are finalized by the government of the state, proposals in this behalf which shall show separately the plan schemes proposed to be taken up in the hill areas and the rest of the state shall be placed before the committee, and the views of the committee shall be taken into account before the plans are finalized. Mr. Chair, sir, I have believed in this nation, in the Constitution. I am very certain that this House too, we have already bypassed the Constitution. When you, in the budget, this is the budget, it is in the members' portal, I've had it printed out. For the first time, I am seeing 8 different forms of presentations. Normally, I have been in the state legislature, that is why I'm saying. This is the second budget session that I'm participating in this parliament. Chairman, sir, it is a very simple document. Demand for grants, for discussion. Why have you made it so complicated? What does the law of this nation say? It is very clear. So that disproportionate assets are not created between the hills and the valley. Hills, 95% or 98% are occupied by the tribals in Manipur. Speaker, sir, Chair, sir, when disproportionately assets are created, problems have to occur. It is my duty to bring forth before this August House if there are any anomalies, so that going forth, the paths will be straightened out. Mr. Chair, sir, in the fall of 2021, which is somewhere around from August to October, we have had the privilege of calling on the Honorable President, who was Mr. Ramnath Kovind, the Honorable Home Minister, who was then also Mr. Amit Shah, the Law Minister of the nation, who is the Parliamentary Affairs Minister today, and on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister, we met Mr. G. Kishan Reddy ji. We placed before them the problems that are being faced in the state of Manipur with regard to administration of the hills. I was very, very certain as part of that delegation, it was a full delegation of the Hill Areas Committee. When we met all our esteemed leaders of this nation, we were assured that all our grievances would be looked into. I never, ever in my life felt that though the state of Manipur may have made it a nominal provision, I never expected that the Union of India today, when we are at a position or in a position to ensure that the legislation of business with regard to the budget of Manipur is clearly as by law established, we have not yet adhered to that, Mr. Chair, sir. When you go into the budget, I have already chaired 6 meetings in the district level Disha committees. The marginalized and the poor of our nation, so is also my constituency, Mr. Chair, sir. They survive on Narega. You know the status of Narega today. These are reports from the district collectors in the Disha meetings from all departments. 2023-24 Narega ka material component 50% has not been released. 24-25 nothing has been released, and the man-days that are being given there are 25 man-days in a year. The budget, there is no increase this time from the union again. We are passing this budget, there is no increase.
It's a demand-driven scheme.
Sir, I agree. I know of this scheme, sir.
So state
they are being given a target because state matching share if the state does not give. When you are not releasing material component for 2023-24, how do you expect those poverty-stricken, marginalized people to create more? How are they going to work more? If this is a committed liability scheme, you are committed to pay. But when the union government does not even clear 23-24,
clear-cut ratio 60-40 labor component.
But that is why I'm saying, I know the facts, I know the figures, and I'm very clear in this, Mr. Chair, sir. You have not released. There is an injustice to the state, and you are not even increasing that you will clear off the dues. 2 years cut dues is not yet clear. When you talk of your National Social Assistance Program, what is the status today? Last payment was made in the month of March 2023. March. National Old Age Scheme, Pension Scheme, you talk of the widow pension scheme. All those schemes are way back in 2023, last released. 2 years. What are those schemes for then? When the most marginalized are left out to hang dry. I have not seen the budget reflected that they will pay off. I have not seen. Nothing is given here. You talk of all of the centrally sponsored schemes. You go scheme by scheme, program by program, and you'll understand that it is the same replica of what has been happening always. Mr. Chair, sir, the nation needs to grow. Manipur is the lowest per capita income generating state in the nation. In the nation, I repeat. Why is this? Why is this that the Niti Aayog, or be it the Planning Commission at one point in time, or the state government, today the central government, why is it that you have not made sure that course corrections have been made so that we also increase our GSDP? You are not focusing in the core areas. Agriculture budget, there is no increase. Horticulture, there is no increase. The hills are redundant today. There is no income. 90% of the state of Manipur is hills. Lush green hills. We are an agrarian society which survives, and we have been adapting to change because our forefathers have taught us what it is to survive through agriculture. There is no scope for growth. Where do we sustain? Depending on Narega? And Narega, that also you don't even release. Central government not releasing, state government not formulating the actual plans that will be required for inclusive growth. You go into the figures, it's a dismal figure, sir. I today want to challenge the Honorable Finance Minister. So also the Transport Minister. I would like him to come and see, forget about Mumbai-Delhi highway, where you can spend 50,000 crores. I have no problem. It is my nation. We have to grow. Come to my constituency, which is about 20,000 square kilometers. I will show him the sort of roads that his ministry is making. And you will say that these are the roads that you're providing, citizens of this nation? Are you actually serious? That budgets are being provided? This time when I had spoken to NHIDCL officials in the Disha committee meeting, what did they say? They said that work orders are issued before land is acquired. But before land acquisition process is completed, you start issuing work orders. Are we a society that is built for contractual basis, or is it for a delivery, a chain of delivery for the common man? Today there is no delivery. There is nothing. Look, talk of your JJM scheme. I'm sure the Honourable Finance Minister will come back later and say, JJM bhi ye kiya hai, PMGSY ye kiya hai, PMJVK ye kiya hai. You're going to say many things that you have done, and I will refute each one. I know I will not get a chance to rebut the Honourable Finance Minister, but I am preempting her reply. And I will say very clearly today that every single thing that she says today is only on paper, and I challenge this House, the sanctity of this House, without damaging its integrity. I speak very clearly out of a clean conscience that building this nation includes the building of Manipur. If you do not want to build my state, then you have no right to govern it. What has happened to my state today? Who is responsible for this? I know you have imposed President's rule today. What has happened to the man who was running the show for nearly 2 years? Is he behind bars? The least I expected was for an inquiry to be initiated, because the whole world knows he is on tape speaking that he initiated this entire crime. Is it not shameful that the head of an executive of a state can execute such a gruesome crime and yet remain unscathed? I did not expect this, Mr. Chair, sir. I have had more faith and hope in my Prime Minister and my Home Minister. Today, it is diminishing by the day. There is still time, and my conscience is clear. Believing in a law that is enshrined in our Constitution, believing in a nation that goes by the rules of law, not by appeasement. You don't have a right to bring in legislation whenever you choose if it is not for the people. Today, this budget that I speak of is anti-people in Manipur. Why? Because you talk of the 60,000 that have been displaced today. All of their homes ravaged, burnt, broken, damaged, they're all displaced. There is no reflection in the budget for those displaced. The damage I hear, which was done by separate entities, has crossed 20,000 crore. I do not see anything of that sort. The entire budget is not even worth that. Mr. Chairman, sir, maybe my state is a small state, but we are not a small people. We are also equal in every way to this nation. I would implore upon the conscience of this House again, my rising to speak again and again, if it is not making sense to this august House. Give me the privilege and opinion and the opportunity to relinquish my seat and not come back here again. Coming here and speaking again and again and not being heard and not being executed at ground level. Do you know how painful that is to go back home to an empty home, to people in the streets who don't have any place to go to? And today you bring in a budget that does not address a single part of those affected today.
Shame. 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 Shame.
I wonder. My blame was solely on one person in the state. I had concentrated everything there. I had hoped for more from the leadership of my nation. I still hope on more from the leadership of my nation. Mr. Chair, sir, before I close, this constitution is sacred to each member here in this august house. I need not remind anybody. I have quoted the rule of law. It is a point of order that cannot be bypassed. The budget has to clearly say, this is a notification of the Ministry of Home Affairs. Today the state is being run by the Ministry of Home Affairs. I am closing, Mr. Chair, sir. The Hill Valley section separation is mandatory. There is no separation of that. How would we know which is going to hills, which is going to valley? Nobody would know anything. And for that reason, I would request the Honourable Finance Minister to put this off, bring in the actual budget and the demands for grants so that we can go into the discussion of what is going into the hills and into the valley and a little bit of the pain and hardships that the state is going through. I wish and I hope and I pray that this house together we can solve. Thank you, Mr. Chair, sir. Thank you for giving me time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alfred Arthur. Sri Sasank Mani Tripathi.
Shri Akaidom. Shri Akaidom.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. First of all, this budget should have been discussed on the floor of the State Assembly. The fact that it has been brought to the Parliament House tells you about the anomaly. This is not a regular thing that the state budget is discussed on the floor of the House here. But there is a story about why this budget is here and what does this budget speaks of. First of all, it speaks of the exclusions and the contemptuous nature in which the present government has dealt with the state of Manipur. The number will speak, the measures that is reflected on the budget speaks. We have talked a lot about Prime Ministers not visiting the state. Initially, at the beginning of the crisis in 2023, I was heard that the Prime Ministers did not visit. Today, I'm almost indifferent. Whether he visits the states or not does not matter anymore. But the rest of the country should know that there is no visa issue for the Prime Minister to visit the country. He may go to Ukraine and talk about peace, and his own citizens have been slaughtered and more than 60,000 people have been rendered homeless. This kind of a behavior can never be justified by anybody who swear by nationalism. It can only be done by those who swear by pseudo-nationalisms and who has a peculiar idea of nation that thrives on excluding people. Now let me talk about this budget in two ways. What does these numbers speak of? The first one is this, a clear sense of the state of economy of this state called Manipur. Look at the fiscal liabilities. It's 37.07% of the GSDP. What does it speak of? It speaks of a terrible state of an economy, the debt burden that the state witnesses. Look at the revenue expenditure, 61%, of which roughly around 45% goes to salaries and pension. Look at the capital expenditure, 39%. What kind of a development project or development of the state that you can sense from these numbers? Or for that matter, you look at this non-tax revenue component, 1%. I thought that this budget would have schemes to deal with this basic economic anomalies of the state. For instance, trying to look for additional or diversification of the additional sources for the non-tax revenue of the state. No, we don't have that image here. I thought that there would be measures to deal with this debt burden. There's nothing of that kind. This is a normal aspect of any budget that you expect this budget to reflect, but we don't have. But over and above this, you have this crisis for 21 months. Does that budget reflect anything on that? No, nothing of that kind. 60,000 people, how do you expect that kind of economy of a state to deal with this crisis without the help of the center? We are not asking for UN interventions. We are not asking for international financial institutions to help Manipur. We are asking for additional source of money from the federal government as a constituent state of India. You don't get anything. How do we deal with this 60,000 people who are rendered homeless, villages wiped out, women and children suffering, children not able to go to school? Had this crisis been there in Bihar or UP, you would have felt the nation in you for you to reflect on your budget. The kind of exclusions that I have been trying to brought up in this house. Remember that Gandhi was thrown out of the train. How does he felt? He thought that he was a barrister. He thought he is entitled to that compartment in the train. He was thrown out of that. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, when he was told that India does not have history. That sense of invisibility is what this government has been doing. Nothing of this kind has been mentioned in your presidential speech. You've been trying to make us invisible, our tragedy as insignificant. And you expect the people of this state to feel like any other Indians and be proud of being an Indian. People have begun to start asking questions about the relationship between our state and the Union of India. People are remembering the instrument of accession. People are remembering that controversial merger agreement. Why? Because you have allowed the feelings to be groomed like that. And this budget is an addition to that series of action that you have conducted. I'll give one more example, which I felt as I sat in this house and listened. I've seen floods in my home state. Even the Raj Bhavan was inundated. Every year it has become a ritual. Did the budget reflect anything on that in the national budget? Does it reflect in this budget as well? Nothing of that kind. 11,500 crore, 11,500 वाला जो दिया गया था आपने बिहार को, क्यों? Because Bihar is more Indian than Manipur. You think that you said that you will try to help the state of Assam and Himachal for the flood. Nothing has been said about Manipur. Ask your governor how the residents of that Raj Bhavan was inundated. Was it a foreign country? Or even if it were an ambassador's house, you would have invested. This is a state's governor. Under the Union of India, you don't bother and you expect us to feel normal, being included. Madam Chairperson, I am representing a voice. I have taught generations in this country, from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, from Gujarat to Nagaland. For 30 plus years, I've seen this. And you think it's normal that we as people's representative in this house will continuously throw this kind of insults? This budget is the same story that I have been witnessing. What do we do now? What can I expect from this government? What they will end up doing is, though this is being a budget estimate they are projecting for 25-26, at the end of the day you said, because I know I'm aware this is vote on account, and you say 50% has been approved, it's like a ritual, you will finish it off. Manipur even doesn't address. A ritual will be completed in a couple of days. Is this the largest democracy's temple would be indulging itself? I'm ashamed of myself to bring up these issues. It's not a joke. When thousands of people suffer, I expect this government to have some sensitivity and pump in a little more money and talk openly. If we have made mistake, let's accept. This is not about BJP or Congress. Let's move forward. Let's try to have this feeling that we are one, that we care for you. And this budget must reflect that, not a simple ritual to continue this insult and then blame the people for anti-India feeling being emerging in that space. Remember that anti-India feeling emerged in Manipur unlike anywhere in this country because of the follies of this state government. The government of this country has continuously done. None other than the Home Secretary, a retired Home Secretary of the Union government has said Manipuris have been insulted and the only way to move forward is for that insult continues even today. And this budget not taking care of the IDPs, not taking care of the basic needs of that economy, not taking care of the flood that has become a ritual, and you think it's going to be another ritual to pass in this floor of the House. It's very saddening, Madam Chairperson. I hope sooner we learn this and make corrective measures. I'm only wishing that one day we will be able to say that we are all Indians. We feel the same feeling as everybody else. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Shri Bhola Singh.
Vivo.
Vicks Baby Rub is specially formulated with coconut oil and aloe vera for your baby's delicate skin. It soothes your baby and gives comfort. Vicks Baby Rub.
షేక్ చేయండి రియల్ ఆరెంజ్ పల్ప్ యొక్క ప్రతి గుటకతో. షేక్ ఇట్ అప్ విత్ మినిట్ మేడ్ పల్పీ ఆరెంజ్.
Kabil Sibil.
I thank the chair for giving me this opportunity to place my thoughts on the budget of 25-26. Sir, when a new government comes to power, naturally, the people of India expect that government to give us a vision of what it intends to do in the next 5 years. This government has already had 10 years, and the delivery mechanism has been both slow and inconsistent. But we were hoping that after the 8th budget of the finance minister, we'll get some vision as to what the government intends to do. First of all, before you do that, you have to identify कि हमारे सामने चुनौतियां हैं क्या. तभी हम तय कर पाएंगे कि आगे हमें करना क्या है. अब इस देश में सबसे बड़ी चुनौती, जो मेरे हिसाब से, मैं गलत भी हो सकता हूं, इस देश से सबसे बड़ी चुनौती वो है कि हमें अपने बच्चों को शिक्षित करना है. जब तक शिक्षित बच्चे मेन स्ट्रीम में नहीं आएंगे और उनको क्वालिटी एजुकेशन नहीं मिलेगी, तब तक भारत कभी विकसित हो ही नहीं सकता. विकसित भारत का मतलब शिक्षित भारत. अब मैं आंकड़ों में नहीं जाऊंगा, लेकिन इतना जरूर कहूंगा कि इस बजट में उन्होंने 7% बढ़ोतरी की है एजुकेशन सेक्टर में. अब हिंदुस्तान की व्यवस्था आप देखो कि लगभग बच्चे, युवा सब देहात में रहते हैं, और जो भी एजुकेशन की समस्या है, कुछ अर्बन सेंटर्स में तो अच्छी समस्या है, बट आम जनता को एजुकेशन क्वालिटी मिलती ही नहीं. आपको मालूम है कि असर रिपोर्ट का ये रहा, उन्होंने कहा कि भाई जो 5वीं के बच्चे हैं वो दूसरी क्लास के सबक नहीं पढ़ सकते, मैथ्स नहीं कर सकते. चलिए इस बात को छोड़िए, इस बात को आप छोड़िए, इस बात को आप छोड़िए. So the fact of the matter is that we need to have a plan as to how to make our children educated. If you really look back at the history of the world, and especially the European powers, when the Industrial Revolution happened in 1750, two things happened. One was universal education. The second was technology. That's how the empires ruled upon us. When China became the power that it is, the first thing that China did was universal education. Today, we have not even attained the goal of universal education. Forget about quality education. So if you don't have universal education, if you don't have quality education, तो आप बच्चों की skills कहाँ से develop करोगे? पहली बात तो ये. दूसरी बात कि 21वीं सदी में जो skills हमें चाहिए, वो 20वीं सदी में नहीं थी. आज के दिन चैट जीपीटी, आज के दिन डीप सीक is a new technological revolution that is taking place in the world. उसमें हम कहाँ हैं? What plans do we have for the future? We expected the finance minister to tell us. What do we intend to do to deal with these challenges? We can't afford to apply AI to our systems, because if we do, we will lose the jobs that we already have. अब चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बैठ के अपनी देखता था कि अकाउंट बुक में क्या है, वो तो एआई से हो जाएगा. हमारे लॉ क्लर्क्स रिसर्च करते थे कि ये जजमेंट्स क्या हैं, वो सब एआई से हो जाएंगे. और जो सॉफ्टवेयर टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट से उनके कई सॉल्यूशंस एआई से निकल आएंगे. एंड द रिजल्ट विल बी दैट वेयर वी हैव जॉब्स वी विल लूज जॉब्स. But at the same time, we need AI because we can't be competitive in the world. So what's the vision of this government with AI? All that the finance minister said was that we are going to set up 100 centers of artificial intelligence. But first understand what artificial intelligence is and what it can do. And in the economic survey, the economic advisor has said that as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, it can only work in certain sectors of the economy. It won't work in rural India. That's his suggestion. Nothing about it. That's one aspect that I wanted to mention to you. The second is health, because the best investment that can produce the maximum results is investment in human capital. I talked about education. Now I want to talk about health. आपको health sector में आपको investment ज़्यादा करनी चाहिए. क्यों? क्योंकि जब तक बच्चा जो है शिक्षित नहीं होगा, उसका स्वास्थ्य ठीक नहीं होगा, वो कभी अपने आप को empower कर ही नहीं सकता. अब इसमें मैं आपको थोड़े से आंकड़े बताना चाहता हूँ. The fact of the matter is that 38% of children in this country that are born are stunted. 21% of the children born in this country are wasted. And 53% of the women in this country are anemic. How will you get children who you will empower if the health sector is not if you do not invest in the health sector? And there's a 9% increase in the budget in the health sector. And that also because they want to create 10,000 new medical seats. That's not the solution to India's problem. The two biggest challenges facing this country are education and health. This is just one aspect I want to talk about. The second, and हम रोज बात करते हैं कि हमारी $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी हो जाएगी, जल्द हो जाएगी, अब 2024 में हो जाएगी, अब तो उन्होंने कहा कि 2027 तक नहीं होगी. बट 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी का मतलब क्या है? ये एक गुमराह किया जा रहा है. Sir, a $5 trillion economy is going to happen in this country in any case. And I assure the finance minister that even if she does nothing, this country will grow at 6%. It will grow at 6%, even if she does nothing. Don't laugh. It's a serious issue. Don't laugh at it. It's a serious issue. This country has been growing at 6.3%, 6.7%, and it will continue to grow. But what we need is a growth rate of 8%. What we need is double-digit growth. what is the vision of this government to attain double-digit growth and attain 8% growth? And I'll tell you why I'm saying this. I may be wrong. I'm only here to have a discussion. I may be wrong, sir, but the fact of the matter is, if you look at the economies, look at the BRICS economies, our per capita income is $2,540 is our per capita income. If we compare it to the BRICS economies, Russia's per capita income is $14,000. China's per capita income is $13,000. Brazil's per capita income is $11,000. South Africa's per capita income is $5,970. And we are $2,940. And we will be a $5 trillion economy. What's the point of these numbers? That's why I was saying that with the growth of 6%, you will reach there, and you will reach there in 2027. I'll congratulate the finance minister. But how do you empower the young? How do you make per capita income in this country $14,000, $13,000, $10,000? You have no vision for it. That's really the point that needs to be looked at and discussed on the floor of this House. Let me, sir, tell you another thing, which is even more important. And that is, sir, that we have certain external challenges that we'll have to face. You just saw Trump has announced that there's going to be a tariff on steel imports. Luckily, we don't export too much of steel. But the fact of the matter is that while the Prime Minister is going to America and will certainly have a dialogue with Trump, there are some imponderables that may happen in the course of time, and as a country we have to be prepared for it. Assuming that you impose a 5 or 10% tariff on software exports. I'm just giving an example. What's the consequence of that on our software industry? Phenomenal. We'll be non-competitive. How do we deal with that problem? Now, these are the issues that I expected the finance minister to deal with in the course of our budget presentation. But we're talking about allocations today. What did the economic advisor in the survey say, sir? I'll just point that out. He said, roll back regulations. Do you see a bit of that in this budget? No rollback of regulation. He said, get out of the way. But you're coming in the way. You're always in the way. Then he said, change your operating procedures. What are these operating procedures? In India, the operating procedures, I'm not saying this, it's in the economic survey, that a person is proved guilty, is guilty till he is proved innocent. That's what the economic survey says. I don't say it. He says change that. Change that to what? That a person is innocent till he is proved guilty. Why has the economic advisor said this to you? Because he knows that the kind of principles that you are following, our big industry is running away. Our high net worth individuals are leaving this country because when you proceed against them, you proceed on the basis that you are guilty till you are proved innocent.
Yes, yes.
That's a very dangerous trend that is happening in this country. Then, sir, he also said, make our economy competitive and innovative. Now, how do you make your economy competitive? If most of your people in this country are involved in agriculture, and you have a dream of making India a manufacturing economy, and you have proclaimed that we'll contribute, the manufacturing economy will contribute 25% of the GDP. The fact of the matter is that whereas it was 16% of the GDP earlier, it has come down to 15%. 12.9%, my learned friend corrects me. In other words, your manufacturing, the GDP has decreased. Now, if you do not become a manufacturing economy, how will you become competitive? And what has the finance minister said about the budget on that? Nothing. How do you become innovative? You only become innovative if you put money into R&D. The money that is put into R&D in US is $650 billion a year. In China, it's $500 billion a year. And what is it in India? $50 billion a year. Unless you invest in R&D, you won't create. Sir, I just want to give you an example. Take this mobile phone. Now, this mobile phone, actually the hardware is in somebody else's hands, the Europeans' hands. The software solutions are produced by us. Now, the software is sold to the owners of hardware. So that software ownership goes to the hardware company. And then that company allows you to use the phone and charges you for the software. That's what it is. They give you a license fee. All right, you're using my phone, you pay this much. This is what is happening. Sir, I was Minister for Telecom. I asked my the telecom industry, what is it in the telecom sector that you manufacture? Nothing. They're service provider. They don't manufacture anything. Your routers, everything is manufactured from abroad. How are you going to become competitive? What's the vision of this government? What's the vision of this government in the finance bill, in this budget, as to how we'll compete with the rest of the world? This is a very serious issue, sir. Now I'll tell you, sir, there's another thing that I want to mention. That is that he said that now we have to deal with domestic growth. Don't rely on growth through your external exports, because you need to give more money into the hands of the people of this country. And on that, sir, I just want to point out very, very interesting data that, in fact, sir, there are about 8.09 crores in this country people who pay income tax. Of those 8.9 crore people, about 4.9 crore actually pay tax, zero tax. And you are left with 3.19 crore people who actually pay tax. So with 140 crore people in this country, 3.19 crore people pay tax. So give me a few minutes more. Few minutes. Just 3.19 crore people pay tax. Please now, of the 3.19 crore, that is 2.2% population of this country. So you can have two inferences on that. एक तो कि कई लोग टैक्स ही नहीं देते, तो पकड़िए फिर उनको, और उनके पास इतना पैसा है ही नहीं कि वो टैक्स दें, तो उनके हाथों में पैसा दीजिए. आपने दोनों चीजें नहीं की. और रियलिटी ये है सर that 50% of income group spend of income.
Thank you, sir.
But 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, sir.
1 minute.
Okay, fine. There's a report of 2023 Oxfam report which says survival of the richest, the India story. What does it say? The bottom 50% of income group spends a higher percentage of their income on indirect taxes than the 40% and the top 10% combined. The bottom 50% of the population at an all India level pays 6 times more indirect taxation as a percentage of income compared to the top 10%. And what do you do? What have you done? You have not given any money to the bottom 50% of the people. So, sir, I'll just conclude now by saying only one thing. Don't sell dreams. Give us a dream. Mr. Chidambaram gave it. Give it to us. We want a dream budget.
Thank you.
We want India to move forward. We will all support you if you have a vision as to when India and how India will move forward.
Thank you.
And we all hope that that dream budget will come. Thank you.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.
इसमें सभी जितनी भी हमारी कार्यकर्ता हैं, सहायिका हैं, उनको आयुष्मान भारत से जोड़ा गया है, जीवन ज्योति से जोड़ा गया है. और जब हमारी आंगनवाड़ी कार्यकर्ता जहाँ ग्रामीण अंचल में जो काम करती है, उनके लिए हम 4,500 तो देते ही हैं, पर अगर वो अच्छा काम कर रही है तो हम प्रोत्साहन राशि भी उनको हम देते हैं। तो इस तरीके से हम हर समय को हम एक प्रोत्साहन राशि देते हैं।
थैंक यू। माननीय प्रोफेसर मनोज कुमार झा।
शुक्रिया माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, आपके माध्यम से एक महत्वपूर्ण पहलू जो हमारे कई साथियों ने कहा, स्कीम वर्कर्स इस देश की अधिकांश योजनाएं चला रहे हैं, तो जाहिर है उनके मानदेय में बढ़ोतरी प्राथमिकता होनी चाहिए। थ्रू यू ऑनरेबल डिप्टी चेयरमैन सर, recent reports suggest that the funds for Anganwadi workers and supplementary nutrition program have been delayed in multiple states. Can the government provide a state-wise breakdown of pending payments and the reason thereof? Thank you.
माननीय मंत्री जी।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं सदस्य को बताना चाहूंगी कि हमारे जो केंद्र सरकार के जो मापदंड है उसके अनुसार हम देते हैं। ये राज्य सरकार को अपने खुद के नियम है जो वो उनके हिसाब से देती है, तो ये उनके राज्य के नियम है और राज्यवार अगर सदस्य चाहेंगे तो मैं राज्यवार आपको जानकारी उपलब्ध करा दूंगी।
धन्यवाद। माननीय डॉक्टर दिनेश शर्मा। डॉक्टर दिनेश शर्मा।
माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, आंगनबाड़ी कार्यकर्ताओं ने काफ़ी अच्छा काम कोरोना के समय भी किया है और नित्य प्रतिदिन इनके जो दायित्व हैं बढ़े हैं। इन्होंने कुपोषण के क्षेत्र में भी उनकी जांच के लिए काफ़ी काम किया है। लेकिन मैं माननीय मंत्री जी से पूछना चाहता हूं कि क्या मिशन पोषण 2.0 के तहत कोई लाभार्थी शिकायत निवारण तंत्र है? क्योंकि जैसे उत्तर प्रदेश में तो 971 करोड़ रुपए अतिरिक्त मानदेय के रूप में भी दिया गया है आंगनबाड़ी कार्यकर्ताओं को, लेकिन मिशन पोषण के अंतर्गत कोई लाभार्थी शिकायत निवारण तंत्र है या नहीं है, इसका एक भ्रम मौजूद रहता है।
धन्यवाद। माननीय मंत्री।
सभापति महोदय, सदस्य ने अच्छा प्रश्न करा। लाभार्थी को शिकायत रोकथाम के लिए पोषण 2.0 के महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा है कि पोषण टेकर वेबसाइट है, वो मोबाइल ऐप के आधार पर सुविधा जिसमें बच्चों के पोषण और स्वास्थ्य की निगरानी की जाती है, जो पोषण टेकर 14408 पे नंबर 2022 से शुरू किया गया है। हेल्पलाइन के माध्यम से पोषण 2 की जो तहत प्रदान की जाने वाली सेवाओं के बारे में जानकारी प्राप्त की जाती है। ये हेल्पलाइन 20 भाषाओं में उपलब्ध है।
धन्यवाद। क्वेश्चन नंबर 138 माननीय श्री बाबू भाई जयसंग भाई देसाई। माननीय मंत्री जी, फर्स्ट सप्लीमेंट्री।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं आपके जरिए मैं माननीय मंत्री से ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि बच्चों के शारीरिक शोषण अपराधों से बचाव के लिए स्कूल और शैक्षणिक संस्थाओं में जागरूकता और सुरक्षा उपायों की सुनिश्चित करने के लिए सरकार ने क्या कदम उठाए हैं? यदि हाँ तो उसका ब्यौरा, और यदि नहीं है तो उसका कारण क्या है?
माननीय मंत्री जी।
माननीय सदस्य को मैं बताना चाहूंगी कि सरकार ने 2019 में सरकार ने यौन अपराधों से पीड़ित महिलाओं को और बच्चों के लिए अदालतें न्याय दिलाने के लिए राज्यवार फास्ट ट्रैक विशेष है, जो अदालतें स्थगित आर्थिक सहायता भी प्रदान करती है। ये जनवरी 2030 से 30 राज्यों में अब तक की है और प्रदेश में भी 404 विशेष पॉक्सो 8 है। अदालतें सहित कुल 745 फास्ट ट्रैक अदालतें हैं जो जल्द से उनको न्याय दिलाती हैं।
सेकंड सप्लीमेंट्री।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, शारीरिक शोषण से पीड़ित बच्चों के मानसिक और शारीरिक पुनर्वास के लिए क्या योजना है और सरकार ने काउंसलिंग सेवाओं और पुनर्वास केंद्रों को सशक्त बनाने के लिए विशेष बजट या नीति तैयार की है क्या?
माननीय मंत्री जी।
माननीय सदस्य को मैं अवगत कराना चाहूंगी कि ऐसे बच्चों को हमारे इसमें महिला बाल विकास द्वारा जो निर्भया फंड है उसके माध्यम से हम उनको समय से जो उत्पीड़न उनके साथ हुआ है उसके लिए हम सहायता करते हैं, उनकी काउंसलिंग होती है और ये हम उनको पूरी तरह सेफ्टी देते हैं।
धन्यवाद। माननीय प्रियंका चतुर्वेदी जी।
Thank you so much, Chairman sir. Sir, my question is with regards to the marital rape incidents that we see. It's an unfortunate reality in India, the 21st century India, that marital rape is still not considered a crime in India. And we have seen several instances. So my question is, what are the voluntary measures available for victims of marital rape, including access to counseling, therapy and healthcare? And are there any government-funded support programs specifically addressing marital rape survivors?
Thank you.
माननीय सदस्य ने बहुत अच्छा प्रश्न किया है। जो हमारी महिलाओं को ऐसी जो बालिकाएं होती उनके कम उम्र में कोई उनके साथ ऐसा हो जाता है तो उनकी सहायता के लिए हमारे मंत्रालय द्वारा जो वन स्टॉप सेंटर।
Welcome to a brand new season of the Rockford Circle. I'm Chitrangada Singh, and in this season, we are diving into a journey of 6 visionary founders who are changing the game in business. Get ready for an exciting journey packed with bold moves, big ideas, and inspiration that will challenge the way you think. Only on the Rockford Circle.
Don't sell the product. You are not selling a product, you are selling a story.
यार बाहर ना टपरी पे 10 रुपए की चाय मिलती है, 15 रुपए में ना तो मैं तुझसे पी लूंगा।
As an entrepreneur, you build a business to exit one day.
11 बोतल दे दो।
Wow.
So I said, if she is buying 11 bottles, फिर तो ये कंपनी चल जाएगी।
If you drink a couple of beers, you let your monkey out a little bit.
That's the monkey.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you never took, but you wish you had?
Company मत start करो।
Tires we race are the tires you buy. MRF.
परिवार को बुला के अगर उसका सलाह मशवरा हो जाती तो वो उसके घर जाती है। अगर वो चाहे कि नहीं मेरे को नहीं जाना है तो उसको और भी हमारे सेंटर है उसमें उसको रखा जाता है।
धन्यवाद। माननीय सुलता देव। माननीय सुलता देव। प्लीज।
सर माइक। थैंक यू डिप्टी चेयरमैन सर। मैं आपके माध्यम से माननीय मंत्री जी से ये जानना चाहती हूँ कि महिलाओं के ऊपर हो रहे अपराध आज के डेट में उसका स्टैटिस्टिक्स क्या है लास्ट 5 साल को कंपैरिजन को लेके। और एक बात है कि जो महिला और बच्चों के ऊपर जो अपराध हो रहे हैं उनको रोकने के लिए अर्बन और रूरल एरिया में कोई नई स्कीम या लॉ बनाया गया है, अगर है तो क्या है? क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ पर 7 महीने में 54 मास रेप केसेस हो चुके हैं, इसलिए मैं इसके ऊपर
थैंक यू।
माननीय सदस्य ने बहुत अच्छी बात कही है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में आज सरकार महिलाओं में हो रहे अत्याचार को रोकने के लिए कई ऐसे कदम उठाए हैं और उनको अब यह हमारे वन स्टॉप सेंटर तो है ही, साथ ही अब सार्वजनिक और कर्मचारी और असंगठित क्षेत्र में भी अगर कोई काम करती है महिला और ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में भी अगर है तो उसको भी सुविधा हम देते हैं। वो है एक सी बॉक्स करके एक बॉक्स है, उसके माध्यम से वो अपनी एप्लीकेशन अपलोड कर सकती है और वो सुविधा उपलब्ध है।
डॉक्टर कन्नीमोजी एनवीएन सोमू। डॉक्टर कन्नीमोजी एनवीएन सोमू।
Sir, in the POCSO, the adolescent age groups between 17 to 18 who become a victim, what are the protections toward them and what are the compensations provided to them?
माननीय मंत्री जी।
माननीय सदस्य ने जो प्रश्न किया है कि 18 साल से कम उम्र के बच्चों के लिए, जो 18 साल से कम उम्र के जो बच्चे हैं उनके लिए हमने शोषण से उत्पीड़न बचाने के लिए कानून बनाया गया है। उस कानून को 2019 में इस अधिनियम को बदलकर हमने अब सख्त कानून को मृत्यु दंड तक का प्रावधान किया है, जो कि अब जो पहले कानून था उसमें परिवर्तन करके अब ऐसे कानून की कोई भी ऐसे घिनौना हरकत अगर बच्चों के साथ किया है तो उसको मृत्यु दंड देने तक का प्रावधान इस सरकार ने किया है, तो अब वो नहीं बच सकते।
थैंक यू। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 139 माननीय श्री नीरज डांगी। माननीय मंत्री जी, फर्स्ट सप्लीमेंट्री माननीय नीरज जी।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय उपसभापति महोदय। मेरा पहला सप्लीमेंट्री प्रश्न है, राष्ट्रीय परीक्षण एजेंसी के एनटीए जो मेडिकल प्रवेश परीक्षा नीट और इंजीनियरिंग प्रवेश परीक्षा जेई मेंस आयोजित करने का कार्य करता है, इन दोनों परीक्षाओं के आयोजन में एनटीए पूरी तरीके से अलग पैटर्न का इस्तेमाल करता है। एनटीए निष्पक्ष मूल्यांकन कैसे सुनिश्चित करता है जब नीट 20 लाख छात्रों के लिए एक ही पेपर के रूप में आयोजित किया जाता है, जबकि जेई मेंस लगभग 15 लाख छात्रों के लिए 10 अलग अलग पेपरों में आयोजित किया जाता है, जिसमें प्रश्नों का अलग अलग पैटर्न है और कठिनाई स्तर भी अलग अलग होते हैं। साथ ही जेईई के प्रश्न पत्रों में बार बार होने वाली गलतियों और त्रुटियों से छात्रों के मनोबल पर भी प्रभावित करती है। एनटीए पिछले कुछ वर्षों से सर, मैं प्रश्न पे ही आ रहा हूं सर, भूमिका बनाए बिना सर प्रश्न बैठेगा नहीं।
लंबा भूमिका लेंगे आप तो फिर
सर बात तो रखनी पड़ेगी, इतना बड़ा इशू पूरे देश में चल रहा है सर,
बाकी लोगों को भी मिले।
सर नीट एक प्रतिस्पर्धी परीक्षा है और इसमें परिणाम बार बार संशोधित किए जाते हैं। प्रतिस्पर्धी परीक्षाओं के अंदर बोनस अंकों का प्रावधान कैसे है, यह संगठन के घोटाले को भी स्पष्ट करता है।
धन्यवाद।
भविष्य में ऐसी भविष्य में ऐसी समस्याओं और अनियमितताओं को दोबारा होने से रोकने के लिए एनटीए ने क्या कदम उठाए हैं और सरकार द्वारा एनटीए को क्या दिशा निर्देश दिए गए हैं? धन्यवाद सर।
उपसभापति महोदय, माननीय सदस्य ने बहुत सारे सवाल एक साथ पूछ लिए हैं। पहले तो उन्होंने बताया कि नीट और जेईई मेन अलग किस्म की क्वेश्चन होती है, अलग पद्धति है, स्वाभाविक है। एक में आप इंजीनियर ढूंढ रहे, एक में डॉक्टर ढूंढ रहे, तो अलग ही होगा, दोनों का स्टाइल अलग होना है। दूसरी बात है कि बार बार माननीय सदस्य के तरफ से ये कोशिश किया गया कि लीक हुआ है, ऐसा कुछ बार बार गड़बड़ी हुई है, लेकिन जो कोर्ट की अगर हम ऑब्जर्वेशन देखें, जो मैं हमारी तरफ से माननीय सदस्य को बताया भी गया है कि मैं कोर्ट कर रहा हूं, माननीय ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो रीट पिटीशन हुआ था 335/2024 पैरा नंबर 84 में अगर हम देखें तो उसमें स्पष्ट रूप से बोला गया है, हेंस sufficient material is not on record at present which indicates a systemic leak or systemic malpractice of other forms। तो मैं थोड़ी सी पोर्शन कोट कर रहा हूं, और उसके बावजूद हमारी सरकार में जब से ये प्राप्त हुआ रिपोर्ट, हमने सीबीआई इंक्वायरी दे दी। डॉक्टर राधाकृष्णन के नेतृत्व में कमेटी बन चुकी है, जो कमेटी अपना रिकमेंडेशन बहुत लगातार उन्होंने 23 दिनों से लोगों के साथ सलाह की, डिफरेंट स्टेक होल्डर से बात की। यहाँ पे हमारे सीनियर मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट डॉक्टर थम्बी दुराई जी है, वो भी उसमें पार्टिसिपेट किए। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को बोला गया और उसके बाद केंद्र सरकार को उन्होंने जो रिकमेंडेशन दिया है, बहुत सारे रिकमेंडेशन हमारी सरकार ने, हमारे मंत्रालय ने उसको लागू भी कर दिया है। जैसे मैं 1-2 रिकमेंडेशन बता सकता हूँ कि उसमें हमने डायरेक्टर लेवल में 16